Ok, je pense que on a pratiquement fait les 5 minutes. On va démarrer. Bon, ça nous a permis aussi de lancer un streaming sur YouTube. Donc, nickel. Ça va? Ça va, oui. Ok, bon, ceux qui n'auront pas la possibilité de faire ça, de suivre notre webinaire en ligne, auront toujours la possibilité de le suivre après, parce qu'on aura non seulement le recording, mais on aura aussi la copie live sur YouTube. Donc, je pense que je vais lancer le recording. Euh, OK, let's start. J'espère que vous allez tous bien. Euh, Bonsoir à tout le monde. Je connais plus ou moins tous les visages qui sont connectés, donc euh, on peut démarrer le temps que les autres nous vont. J'espère que vous m'écoutez très bien, hein. Vous pouvez faire un thumb up ou bien vous pouvez juste ouvrir le micro pour confirmer qu'on est ensemble.
C'est un souci, c'est un souci.
Good. OK. Bon, peut-être ce qu'on va faire, c'est vrai que bon, je ne vois pas un visage nouveau parce que j'aurais demandé de mettre dans le chat le nom, la localisation et la compagnie dans laquelle vous travaillez. Ce qui est toujours bien, hein, il faut le mettre pour les autres. Donc, Stéphane, Paulin et autres, Aboubacar, s'il vous plaît, dans le chat, si vous pouvez mettre votre nom, parce que c'est vrai, ici, on ne voit pas le nom complet. La localisation, donc de Douala, oui, je pense, pour la plupart, sauf Christelle qui est, je crois, en Côte d'Ivoire, et, et la compagnie. Voilà, donc, si vous pouvez me mettre dans le chat, s'il vous plaît. Et Christelle, c'est bon. OK. Paula, tu as juste mis le nom, tu n'as pas mis la localisation. Tu sais que tu as Douala, ta compagnie. Donc, le séminaire va avoir lieu dans les deux langues. On va le faire en français et en anglais. On va basculer quand on veut, quand on peut, parce qu'on estime quand même que c'est, c'est, c'est un domaine d'élite et que, bon, plus ou moins, on est à l'aise en anglais, en français. Et on a la chance aussi qu'on est dans un pays bilingue. Donc, on va le faire en anglais, en français. Généralement, l'anglais, c'est la langue originale pour des choses aussi avancées. On a du mal souvent à traduire. Donc, on va se sentir plus à l'aise à parler en anglais, mais de temps en temps, pour donner plus d'illustrations, on va parler en français. Donc, Christelle et moi, nous allons basculer il est important. OK. OK. Alors, nous allons démarrer. On a déjà pris pratiquement 13 minutes. Est-ce qu'il y a certains qui nous ont fait? Non. Non. OK, voilà. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. This is another series of, this is another webinar of our series. So I'm here on behalf of PMB community. You will hear about PMB community in the next slide. Okay, so welcome. The topic of today, for me, I'm really excited to host this topic. It's about PMO, which is a strategic advantage for successful digital transformation. Okay, so actually the webinar will be in two phases. The first one would be the presentation with a bit of engagement, and the second part would be provision some time for the Q&A. Okay. So let me go to the next slide. Okay, so what is PMB actually? PMB is Project Management Boost, and it's actually about it's all about join together to explore and discuss project management practices, idea and innovation, right, in our context. Okay. Yeah, you know, others are very far from our reality and belong to many project management forum, and they are just talking about things that are not really in our context. So they are not addressing actually our challenges that we are facing in our community, in our business environment. So that's why we are putting together this community really to exchange, right, around our reality. So today we have started with a webinar series and so on, but we also go with the physical one. So we are preparing a coffee talk in the coming weeks. We are also, the community also facilitate the certified training. So whatever training is related to project management, it really also facilitate that to discuss about what is the right path for the community members. Okay, so so we really exchange around specific topics, right? Motivated by member and within their context. And to make it really tough and consistent, we really led by and facilitated by experts with various skills, you understand? So you are really welcome to join the community. I think I've put the link on the chat. Please join the community, and you can also join as an expert. You know, we can call you for being a panel member, as Christelle is today. Okay, to discuss about a specific thing that we really want to share with the community members. So please welcome to this community, and I really appreciate it. Okay. So it's actually sponsored today by Digitale Consulting and other partners, and we welcome also other partners who are connected that will join as well as sponsor this community. So again, I said I'm really excited about this topic, and I'm also privileged, okay, to have Christelle who accept, okay, to be my guest of today. So what Christelle actually have both PMO and digital transformation expertise. and she will share her experience with practical examples that demonstrate how a well-structured PMO is a strategic advantage for successful transformation. So before moving to the next, I will really give the floor to introduce herself. Christelle?
Yes. Good evening, everybody. I'm Christelle Bibé, and as Bertin said, I am an expert, like he said, in project management, transformation project, especially in digital and environment. I have practiced different form of PMO, so I think I will give you let's say advice or just recommendation or just share my experience, success and failure during this exchange, because I think that most of the time PMO are not well considered, but PMO has a great and an important impact in the business, and a great impact between the strategy and the operational. So I think and I hope I will be at the level expected by by Bertha. For my background, I can give you some information. I am a transformation lead manager for 17 country in the telecom area, especially in the financial inclusion area. I work on transformation program that cover 17 country with various project and program inside of it. I also have a background as a project program manager as a chief of staff at Orange Cameroon during 2 years. And I also have I wear the hat of a business consultant in strategy with my company Glim that is launched. I am PMP certified since, let's say, 10 years now, yes. And I am willing to learn every time. So I hope this platform will be a great opportunity for me also to learn through your question, your experience. So thank you for the invitation, Bertha, and you have the floor.
I'm the one to thank you for accepting this this invitation. Okay, I think myself, I'm a practitioner for PMO. I've been in project management for more than 15 years, okay, since 2010 that I'm PMP certified. In PMO area is more than 5 years. I have opportunity to set up the enterprise PMO at MTN Cameroon. Currently, I have a lot of certification, a lot, even on architectural area, in service area, and so on, service management area. But I think what is pretty very most narrow to this area is a PMP that I have, the CB-PMO. I will have opportunity to share it with you. The same Agilité is more on the Agile Development Framework. And I'm also PMO GI authorized partner, so I can deliver training for PMO GI, okay? So what is PMO GI actually? Because I just talk about PMO GI as an authorized partners. So the PMO GI, I don't know, have you heard about PMO Global Institute? Let's start with that. Or any certification that they provide. If you can put on the chat, please, have you heard about PMO Global Institute? Just say yes, no, and any certification, yeah. So you can just pop in the chat so that I know who am I speaking to. Are they really blind about what is project management PMO Global Institute is? Please go to the chat and just tell us if you have heard about PMO GI before. Please. Let me look at the chat. Okay, Felicite, no. Okay, Stefan. Okay, so Stefan is one of my, I would say, he has been part of the first cohort of the certification, CB-PMO certification. Okay, so I'm just pushing you to go to pass the certification exam in the next few days. So, okay, so who else know about PMO-GI? Do I assume that others just know? Abubakar is no or yes. Paulin and others. Okay, so actually, PMO, okay, Paulin say yes. PMO-GI is the project PMO Global Institute, actually, because PMO-GI is just an abbreviation, is a leading global organization. Okay? It's dedicated to empowering PMO and professional by providing valuable resources, research, and best practice. Okay, so with a focus on driving PMO excellence and fostering the growth of the PMO professional worldwide, okay, PMO-GI support PMO at every stage of their journey, okay, from the initiation to the advanced maturity. You understand? You will have, I will present you the framework of PMO-GI. You understand really clearly what I'm talking about. Okay, so through the industry leading certification that I also will have opportunity to talk about it, training and a robust global community. So PMO Global Institute enable PMO to deliver greater value, okay, innovation and lead also successful products in today's dynamic business environment. So it's really, really for purpose that PMO Global Institute exists today, okay. So that you understand how footprint is the PMO Global Institute. So PMO Global Institute has more than 3,500 plus members, 100 countries. Okay. It also has more than 100 partners. In just less than 3 years to 4 years, you already have plus 100 partners in 60 countries. And we already have a local PMO chapter in Cameroon. Maybe you're not aware, but it exists. Okay. And it's really also preparing to launch their activities. Okay, so this is how about PMO Global Institute. Please, I'll put a link on the chat. So at any point in time, you can just go to the chat and get that link. Please go to the website and you will find more about the PMO Global Institute. Okay. So why are we here today? It's about talking about digital transformation, talking about the position of PMO, and why this topic? For me, I think it's an imperative to transform in digital age. Okay, to remain resilient, agile, and relevant. So is it a choice? No, not sure. It's not an option. We have to transform. So we understand. So when we say a resilient business, it's about being able to absorb and react, okay, to disturbance by reestablishing as close as possible to the original state. You know that a company during the COVID-19, the people were really resilient because they had to reinvent themselves to stay alive. Okay. So now when we talk about agile business now, agile business, people use it a lot, but some that don't even understand what agile means. It's one that learns fast and scaled. At scale, sorry. It learns fast, okay? And it's efficient, right? Ambitious and responsive. So when you say agile business, it's I mean, true agility is about finding better way to achieve identify outcome, okay? But also opening the business up to the new ideas, new opportunity, and constantly building new things. So this is really what agile, an agile business is. And when we say you need to remain relevant is by being responsive to rapidly changing customer needs. Now customer is very, the expectation of customer is very high, and we need to constantly and changing as well, and we need to constantly be responsive to that expectation. And by having ability to prioritize and focus quickly and swiftly align resources to solve new problem or develop new propositions. So, we are really on a very dynamic world where people are expecting a lot, and if you don't give, you just die. And then to stay then really resilient, agile, and relevant, an organization should embrace digital innovation early. That word early is very important. The phenomenon of Kodak and so on. We need to embrace the digital innovation early. You need to use data innovative technology to drive decision, and you need to transform both customer experience and internal operation. It's not only about operational excellence or efficiency. It's also more about changing the customer experience. Okay, so that's really, for me, it's really imperative to transform, and this topic is more of how we position PMO as a lead of a bit of this transformation. Okay, so I will give the floor to Christelle to tell us more about the failure of, because McKinsey is saying through a study that 70% of digital transformation fail to meet their objectives. So, Christelle, what do you think about this one? What are the different elements that really can justify why these things are failing, and what can we do in few words? Yeah.
Yes, most of the study of the transformation project fails. That's normal, I see, because most of the time we consider transformation as a change. In the transformation, you have the change, but the change is not transformation. I just want to start with the first point. There is no change management strategy, because most of the time, for me, the two first reasons can be drained, because most of the time when company want to do a transformation, they just think about the tool. They just think about the IT. They don't see it as a global transformation, because you can change the tool, but if the people behind the tool are not comfortable with the change, doesn't understand the change, or have fear because they think that the transformation will lead to suppression of position or things like that, you will miss your transformation. So for me, the first reason, and I totally agree with the study of McKinsey, is that we need to understand that the transformation is not just about tools and IT. It's not just about that. Transformation is more than that. It's a way of thinking. For me, I like to say that transformation is a lifestyle, because every day you need to transform as a person. So for a company, it's normal to transform, but it's important also to share with the people, to share with the employee the benefit of the transformation. Most of the time, the transformation just come and are just imposed. You have to prepare the mental. You have to accompany the transformation in the company, to explain why you are transforming, the benefits, even the risks. Show clearly the risk of the transformation. Don't just say, no, everything is good, there will no change, everything will be, let's say, full. Yes, you have to be honest about the transformation and the impact. And for the change strategy, like I say, you have in the transformation change, but in change, you don't have transformation. For example, if you want to change the color of your wall, it's a change, but it's not a transformation. A transformation is deeper than a change. So you have to understand that, and understand that you have to help the people to accept the change. Even humanly, when you have the habit to have your, let's say, your cup at your one hand. If you change that, it will take time for you to accept that change as a person, and let's say for a simple task. Now with transformation into an organization, it's important to go deeper and to anticipate, okay, what will change? How can I do that? How can I help the person? How can I manage even the management? Because sometimes, and is the third reason, the management thinks that when you have the change today, tomorrow you will have the benefits. So the change strategy have to, and to anticipate that even the impact on cost, on revenue, on process will take time. So for me, this study is important and show that there is a lack inside the transformation. Because if you think it's IT or tool, you will put on responsibility the IT team. If you think it's just revenue, you will see the operation and the finance. But where the strategy, the change management strategy come from? Who manage that? Who take care of all the parties? That's where the PMO role for me, it's important to do the link between all those steps, the hierarchy, the different and the various entity in the company, and to go beyond, above the tool and the IT, to show that there is more than just the change of a tool, is a mindset that you have to create and to put in the company.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let me welcome the additional participant. I can see Dineo. Dineo, long time, eh? How are you? I'm also seeing Romuald. And I'm just seeing another one which is guest. So please, if you don't mind, please put your name, your full name on the chat, your location, and the company you work for. Please, it will really help us, please. I know Dino is South Africa, right? Joburg.
Yes, I'm in South Africa, Johannesburg.
Okay. Just put in the chat, let me hear from you as well. We are really privileged to have you in this webinar. Okay. So let's continue. We're already explaining why this topic is really key, and I think Christelle have really said it all. So for me, I will just take one example, and the example of Microsoft. Okay. Those who see how cloud computing went fast, Microsoft had to reinvent quickly. Okay. Otherwise, they will really falling behind. So what they do is that they put in place a cloud-first strategy with Azure and Office 365. Okay, and that helped regaining the industry leadership. So now I would say from the legacy that we heard about Microsoft desktop, laptop, and so on, they are more now moving into the cloud-first strategy, which is really giving them that position they're still having today. So we have a lot of examples like that, Netflix, Zara, and so on. So it's not a choice, it's not a choice, it's an imperative, okay? So let them move to the agenda of today, okay? So as I said, it's in two phases. We start let's be at the same level, okay, in what's about PMO. Also, just things in a share about digital transformation. And then we'll talk about how PMO is positioned itself as an enabler. And then I will present you the certification program that PMO DI is offering as well, okay? And then we'll go to the Q&A. So we'll try to stick on the time, okay? So PMO in a nutshell. Okay, please go to your chat and tell us. We want to hear from you. Does your organization currently have a PMO? Just say yes A for traditional PMO, B for agile and hybrid PMO, whatever it is, but not traditional. We have opportunity to know what means traditional, but I want just to hear with you what your level of understanding. And if there's no PMO, just say no. And if you don't know, just say, so you have A, B, and C and D, please. Let's go to your chat and let's hear from you, please. Okay. Okay, so Cameco doesn't have PMO. Okay, so yeah, devenue, traditional PMO, good to know. Christy, agile, wow, okay. And Felicity, no. Okay, so we are more on the trend of no PMO, or maybe traditional PMO sometime. Okay, so yeah, let's then talk about PMO in just few slides. Let's talk about PMO. Okay, just hold on. Okay, so PMO is actually a group, according to the PMO guidelines, you may have a lot of definition depending on the framework or something, but according to the PMO guidelines, is a group consisting of internal external entity, okay, which define, maintain, and ensure standard of project management to deliver strategic initiatives. So I've put someone involved because they are key. Internal and external entity. So PMO is not just internal entity. You can have some external entity that gives service to the company. Okay. Like you can have managed services just to build PMO or to run the PMO company. There is PMO here is to define, maintain, and ensure the standard.
Bertin, le son n'est pas bon. Le son n'est pas bon.
Le son n'est pas bon.
Il y a de l'écho de ton côté.
Non. Can you hear me, others? Can you hear me?
There is an echo.
Et de retour.
Je l'ai mis dans le chat. Il y a un écho.
Il y a un écho.
Oh,
Okay, but I can continue.
Yeah, continue.
While you're trying to correct the impact. So what is a PMO? The Project Management Office is a group consisting, this is the formal definition. Practically, that means that you have to manage, to have competency that can help to define standard for project management. You have different kind of PMO. You have, as previous asked, agile and hybrid that can manage both of some business on in particular topics and project management. The traditional PMO is focused on project management. They provide tools, they provide templates, they provide measurement, they provide everything around the project, but don't go beyond those things. And for the company that does not have a PMO, most of the time they have some project manager, but there is no centralization. There is no link between projects. It's difficult to manage which project come before which one. Everyone is just working on his project without any interaction or not formal interaction between projects. So the PMOs is very important most of the time. While the company is growing, it's important to put on a PMO in the team. For small company, you can have one, but with just one person. But with the considering the size of the company, it's important to manage to have a PMO to ensure that there is a logic and an alignment between everything in the company, between the strategy, between the project, between the output that is on. Bertrand, is it okay for you?
Yeah. I don't know if it's still echo.
No,
Are we
still,
having
there
echo?
is there's still an echo. I don't know why.
Okay, but
So
anyway,
for
Christian, let's leverage on why I'm asking the issue.
okay. So we have the evolution of PMO and key roles. As I say in my presentation, I have done some of the PMO role different considering the company, the position, the entity where you are working in. That's the first type of PMO is the support PMO, which is tactical. The support PMO most of the time is inside a department or a service. He just manage project around a specificity. Is very specialized, and most of the time is not working only on project. As a project manager, he also work on content in the project for the support PMO, the tactical one, because it can be used as a relay and provide more insight in the project, not just managing as a project as we know. The controlling PMO, this one is at a department level also, and he most of the time he has a view on the project, not only inside the department, but the project inside the department and the project impacting the department. And he work like the mention he said, oversight. He have to know what can impact his activity, what can provide a delay on his activity or provide an additional cost or a bad result on the content. The third level is strategic PMO. This one, most of the time, it's as let's say in an enterprise level. It's not just on an entity, it's work for the whole company. That one become work on the global strategy with the management, with the executive management, and ensure that the strategy are aligned with the project. With this kind of PMO, we are more efficiency, because for the previous one, we have some productivity on project, but with the strategy PMO, we begin to have a link between the project, the result, and the vision of the company. We take in consideration the vision part of the company. And after you have the value driven, you have the vision, but you also check for each project, each program that you have in your portfolio, how the value is provided, how the value is given to the company, to the stakeholder. And the agile PMO for me is the top of the top, because he can do what is before, but he has the particularity to be a solutioner. He know the standard of project management, but he also have the techniques and the tool to readapt, to realign when he see something that is not good, that can delay. He can, with the tool of with agile technique, know how to impact, not just with standard and technical competencies, but the agile PMO for me have more soft skills to put in to ensure that the project are achieved in alignment with the vision and with results and human purpose. For me, the Agile PMO is the top of the top. I don't know if at this time you have some question. I noticed that Bertrand is trying to correct the issue. So if you have some question,
okay, let me find if you can. Is there any echo again? Still echo?
yes.
Still
Yes.
echo. Oh, that's fine. Okay, let's okay, we can continue on the PMO where they have questions they can ask. I will reinitialize my connection. You are on mute, Christian.
Okay, you can share your experience or ask question if you have anyone. Okay, I don't know if I can. Okay, I think I will share the presentation by myself. So when he will come, we will continue. Okay. Is it okay? Did you see the screen? Can you confirm? Okay, Tatiana, go ahead for your question, please.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to know, for those different type of PMO, what are really the part of responsibility? Is it only someone who has to look after different projects, or when something fails, according to another department, needed his work or his job, is it the one who is responsible? I just wanted to know the part of responsibility that is handled by the PMO.
Okay, thanks for your question. As I said, the two first ones, support PMO and controlling PMO, they have a limited responsibility. They are responsible of the project inside their department. So for those PMO, they have to manage that all the project inside their department are well managed. To remind, the project manager have objective on three parts: content, delay, and cost. Content, delay, and cost. So content, delay, and cost, and they have to manage that on their area of expertise. For the strategic PMO, the responsibility is wide, because for the strategic PMO, he have the project management, but he also have the alignment part. So he have to be sure that the project and the program that he have in his portfolio is an answer for the vision that has been determined. So is not only the output of the project, but is the project suitable for the vision in the company. The value driven you will have, is it suitable, but the result of the project, does it have the impact that you want on the vision? And the agile is how you manage the challenge, how you manage you have, like I say, the responsibility on the project, on the vision, but also on the impact of the vision. So dependent of the PMO, you have different level of responsibility. But this is theoretically, because it depends also on how the company treats you, because you can be an agile PMO, but if you don't have the position, the validation of your management, you will not have all those responsibilities. This is the theoretical impact and responsibility that you have to take according to the different level of PMO. Is it okay for you?
Okay. Let me check if you can hear me.
Yes, it's okay now.
Oh, it's okay now. Good. Okay.
Mm.
But can
So
you, the things that I'm sharing, is it the right one?
you can take back the
Okay, let me share.
sharing screen.
Okay. Okay, is it okay?
This is okay. Go ahead.
Okay, that's good. Finally. Okay. Okay, thanks, Christelle, for backing me up. I think you also even talk about the different PMOs, which I was hearing about you talking about the strategic PMO and so on. Yeah, concerning the structure, the type of PMO, we have a lot there. We have directive, we have supportive, we have controlling PMO. But it really depends on what is the level of influence you want your PMO to be. Because today, for instance, in some companies, you have the enterprise PMO. In some others, you just have a unit who has a PMO just to manage like technical implementation and so on. But you have also some PMO just for a purpose, transforming the company for 3-4 years and then it goes. But normally the PMO should be permanent, right? So PMO Global Institute have a framework, as I was saying at the beginning, and really very comprehensive framework. When you look at here, for instance, it has 4 layers: the foundation layer, the executive layer, the support layer, and the leadership and sponsor layer. For the foundation layer, actually the purpose is really is more focusing on assessing the current state of the PMO and create a strategic roadmap for its development. And the goal is to ensure that the PMO is aligned with the strategic intent. So that's actually what it's all about, and put in place a plan of implementation. Now, when we go at the execution layer, it's more of making sure that we execute the plan actually. Okay. The goal is actually to test and refine the PMO model and ensure it meets organization need and can scale over time. So you have many knowledge area on this executive layer, and you now have what we call a supporting layer. So for supporting layer is more of giving tools, right? The goal is more to create a supportive environment that enhance the PMO operation and ensure that ongoing adaptability and responsiveness is there. So that's about supporting. And you will now have what we call leadership and sponsorship area. So the goal here is, the focus is to develop the effective PMO leadership to ensure that the success is really there over time, and to have a strong PMO leadership to guide the PMO success. So this is the overall framework of CB-PMO, and it's a very most comprehensive framework that we have. And understanding this will help you really establish and evolving the PMO in your respective area. Okay. So let me move quickly to the digital transformation. I think the time is going very fast. I will hand over the floor to Christelle to speak a bit about the transformation in really not a nutshell. Okay, but before that, I want to hear from you. The question here is your organization undertaking some kind of transformation? Okay, so you will say A if currently it's just upgrading the core system or a critical component, or you will say B if it's really transforming the core or critical component, and C is you are going through a major transformation roadmap. It means that it's really taking the company as a whole transform. And D is still in the plan, and E doing nothing, and we don't know. So can you please go in the chat and tell us if your organization have undertook any kind of transformation tell us about, from your perspective. I know there are some that say they don't have PMO, but even if they don't have PMO, the company can still transform themselves by putting giving the responsibility to a department to do the transformation. So just put in the chat, are you on A, B, C, D, E, or you don't know? Okay, I'm seeing C, going to a major transformation. Okay, D, still in the plan. Okay, that's good. So you see that we are not seeing any E of F. So it means that at least any company is trying to do something, is preparing, or is at least doing something, which is a good news. Okay, so I will hand over then to Christelle again to speak more about digital transformation. Okay, Christelle, maybe we need to accelerate, but let's try.
Yes, I think we will accelerate. For digital transformation, there is different level of in the process that you can say that you are transforming the digital. The first step is the digitalization. This one is let's say the simple one. You can say that you have digitalized if you go from let's say send your request by paper and starting using WhatsApp. This is just digitalization. Digitalization just means I don't have a physical thing in my hand. And it's the first one, is the simplest one. Most of the time, when we go from paper to a Excel sheet, this kind, we can say that is digitalization. Then you have digital transition. The digital transition, you have let's say, one step ahead. You go one step ahead. You start including tools and changing some process. You start moving your way of working. But digital transformation is deeper than the two previous one. With digital transformation, you go for sometimes things that you don't know. You just want to you go further. You change the core thing. So let's say, as I say, you can say that digitalization is going from a sheet of paper with Excel. Digital transition, you have that Excel going through cloud. So there is no mail, you have cloud. Digital transformation is, okay, this process of sheet going from there to there to there, how can I do it differently? And you say, okay, there is a tool. When you just have it, you open it, you insert information. You don't need tool. You don't need a sheet. You just need at the end, if you want to print something, you have it. That is the digital transformation. You go beyond what you are doing every day. You just say, I have one question. What do I want to achieve? And how can I achieve it? You don't look at what, let's say, what you are doing now is not your baseline. When you talk about digital transformation, you just remove the old way of thinking. It's a new way of thinking to how to manage the issue and provide a solution, and then find the tool to respond to an answer. So for me, it's how I see digital transformation, because most of the people can, let's say, use another word for another. Most of the time, I am on a project of digitalization, and you see that it's just, they are just scanning the paper that they have. So for me, that's the difference. The digitalization is the same process, you just have a tool. The digital transition, you have the same process, but you have an additional thing. You have an added value. For the digital transformation, you just manage the how and the goal, and then you provide the solution. And the solution is through a tool that you have to to put inside. And for those transformation, you see that is only on the third level that you have to see the mindset, the culture, the behavior, because it's not the way you used to do. It's a new way, so you have to work on that part also. So it's okay.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I think you already said it all. I don't even need to present this slide because you already present it all. When you say digital transformation, something like customer, you're now seeing the omni channels. You understand? You're not seeing addressing customer with different solutions, the unified solution. When we talk about process, we now talk about agile development. When we talk about resources, in more collaboration, continuous improvement, and so on. Strategy is more systematically looking at the strategy, full agile way. Vision is more adaptive, right? Culture is more autonomy, learning cultures, and so on. So I think, Christelle, you said it all. So now, Christelle, what are the challenges now that digital transformation is facing?
The digital transformation, I think we used to talk about them at the beginning, is the misalignment between strategy and execution. For me, I like to show example. If the company said, now we want to produce more, let's say, milk bottle, and you use to work on, let's say, sugar things. If you don't have someone who have to say, okay, we were focused on sugar, now we have to manage the project differently, to put more resource on milk, manage the sugar, there will be a misalignment. The strategy change, but the execution will be the same because people don't like to change. So it is important when the strategy is shift to see what should be shift operationally, which project should be moved, and how we can that impact the execution. And the second challenge came with the first one, the silhouette initiative, because when you talk about silo, is everybody is focused on his own. So the PMO is there to, okay, you have your focus, but me, I have to be on the 316 to be sure that your silo initiative does not begin to, like I say in my company, we are like competitor inside the same company because everyone is just focused on his silo, but we are in the same company, we have the same goal. So it's a real challenge because if the finance just look at the revenue, economy, and the operation just look at the resource, and the human resource just look at the type of contract, we don't have the same goal, and it will be inefficient. The budget overruns. If you have silo initiative, everybody has his budget, and you sometimes you do the same thing in different departments without knowing. So you have double the expenses is just
The waste.
it's not good. It's a waste, yes.
Yeah.
You have the lack of governance because if everybody is on his own, everybody want to be at the top. There is no, sometimes there are something that are hide because they want to be see well. So if you don't have that governance, it will create a great challenge in the transformation and the inconsistent change adoption. Most of the time, this is coming from the management. They just try one day, they don't see the result, they already want to change also. There is no persistent and strategy on change. Okay, the change is not coming from today to tomorrow. You need time. It's a process. Everything is process. So if you don't have a change plan that tell you that, okay, it's normal that the 2 first weeks, there is no change. After 2 weeks, you will want to change again.
Yeah.
You see? So these
Yeah.
are the challenge that I see.
Okay.
And if we continue,
Yeah.
for the PMO, the strategic enabled,
Mhm.
I want to focus on why the PMO is important. Why the PMO is important, because everybody has his objective in department. Every department in each company have some objective. Even if it's the same company, sometimes you have the sense that they are, like I said previously, they are competitors, because the objective is fair for the company, but sometimes it look like there is a misalignment, but it's not a misalignment, because everybody has to challenge the other, and that's where come the value. And the PMO is the central one who is coming to ensure that these objectives that looks different or divergent are not divergent and can be a strength. And for that, the model PMO, you have to know the strategy and the investment funding, because you will have a strategy. And most of the time, when a company have a strategy, they don't have the entire capital funding to do what all the project that is in the plan. When you have a roadmap, for instance, in my company, I am running a project transformation with 84 projects on 70 countries. We don't have the budget at the beginning. So you have to manage to know what is the priority. If I have a funding, if I have a resource, where should I put it first? That does not mean the other projects are not important, but that means that you have to know what's the priority. And if you are not in the strategy and you didn't build a strategy, it will be difficult. So the project management, the PMO, have to manage that part, the strategy in funding. For me, funding is not only on money, but it also on resource and time. The other point is the governance. I think when I talk about the issue and the challenge, it's clear that if there is no the governance, everybody will just focus on his own. But the objective of a department is good, but if you don't take in account the other aspect, you can miss something. So the governance is important to ensure that people are talking together, people are doing consensus, and the decisions are shared. And the last one is the agile portfolio operation. This one is the day-to-day work of a modern PMO. If you are a PMO and you don't have a visibility on what you have on your portfolio, is not good. So you should have a way to monitor, to see your portfolio, let's say your project, your activities, but you also have to think, let's say, wide. You have to open your mind to say, okay, I have this portfolio. If I have an issue there that impact this other project, how can I manage? How can I put together the competence, the soft skills, the communication? Sometimes you have to do brainstorming. How can I manage this to provide solution? Because you, the PMO, you should not be the one say it's not possible. You should be the one really find a way. So the agile portfolio operation is that you have to find a way, and in that you have to be clear on your project. You have to have KPI. You have to monitor and to be agile. So for me, is why it's critical to do a successful digital transformation, because as we said before, digital transformation is not only about tools, it's also about all those things. the strategy, the governance, and the portfolio operation. And this is the heart that will make your digital transformation successful.
Okay. Okay, so do you have something to say on this slide? I think you turned it on, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
said it in the introduction that considering
exactly.
the site,
Okay.
I will leave you on this one on the case study.
Okay, so I don't know if you know Mike's, right? They are in the logistic, global logistic company. It's a global logistic company. So this is a very typical example where they really use PMO as the leading entity of the digital transformation. So what they had was that they have challenges on the traditionally asset-heavy business model, right? That were facing really disruption, and they had to move to the digital first model to face the competition. So the problem that they have actually is that they had the legacy system, the silo processes, they have operational complexity, and in front of them, they have a customer who is really demanding a lot, right? They want things that is real-time tracking and so on and so forth, okay? So the objective of that transformation from their point of view was to transform their company from a traditional shipping company into a digital enabler, okay, and a customer-centric platform. So they use the PMO-led transformation approach. And actually, what they did is that they set up a centralized digital transformation office. You know, PMO you don't need to absolutely use the word PMO, but you can use many words that translate to the same. You have Agile Transformation Office, Digital Transformation Office, and so on. So there's different way to call PMO. So they set up a centralized digital transformation office, and they have introduced a lean portfolio management and agile practice at scale. So we know the SAFe framework. And they've also modernized all their platform, their technology, and they've also reviewed their portfolio to introduce the digital product. So those are the things that they've done. And obviously, the result was clear, okay? Time to market, increase, cost saving, increase, customer experience, increase, employee engagement, increase. So it looks very simple like this, but you cannot imagine how change a company has gone through to get it at this level. And putting in place a PMO-led transformation approach was a key game changer for Mike. So that's why we want to justify why we need to go through the PMO to lead the transformation. Okay. So is there any word before we move to the next step, next phase? Yeah.
No, it's
I
okay.
think it's stated all right.
It's clear, yes.
It's clear. Sustainable transformation is not possible without PMO leadership.
Yes.
So for PMO GI, they have 3 certifications. They are CA-PMO, CB-PMO, and Agile PMO. CA is more entry-level certification. Give you knowledge of the PMO, and you can use it if you want to really improve your knowledge as a practitioner in PMO. But CB-PMO is a consulting one. If you have the CB-PMO certification, you can set up a PMO either in your company or as a consultant somewhere. And you can really evolve your PMO as well. So it gives you that competency. Now, Agile PMO is coming with that layer of Agile practice, which is really the way to go today. Okay, so we have 3 certifications. Okay, and we have the next session for CB-PMO is on the 21st of June. Actually, it's 2 weekends because we make it during the weekend because generally people are engaged during the week. So there's one session starting on the 21st of June. And there's a discount that we can give to you who are online or any recommended person. We can go till 30% of discount. Okay. So equivalent here in Cameroon is instead of 700,000, 490,000 francs, you know, and it has everything. You have the certification training, you have the exam fees, you have the mentoring during to prepare your exam, and we also have the exam certificate simulators and so on. So 490,000 francs, it's really something that is affordable for that level of edit certification that you may have. But you can contact me if you need an exceptional discount. We can discuss and see what we can do for you. Okay. So we are now moving into the Q&A session. I know we have, it's not bad because we started at 7. Now we are at 18 past 8. So let's find some minutes to exchange, to hear from you. If there's any question, we are here to take. Okay, you can just speak out then. The number of participants, we are not much, so you can just speak out if you want. You want to take. You have to say something or ask a question. Please feel free. Instead of myself are here, also other participants can also contribute to the discussion. Question, contributions? Dino, anything from your side?
Can we come back to the last slide?
Come again?
Last slide.
Okay, let me go there. This one.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Anything you want to get here, we can clarify.
For the registration for CB-PMO.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still open. The session is on the 21st of June, so we still have 10 days to go. But we need few days before the session to register you on the online platform, because we are just partners, but everything is registered in the central platform of PMO Global Institute. The certification is coming from there. Even the publication of the certification, when you have the certification there, is from their platform that they publish that Mr. Poland Tienga is certified CB-PMO. Okay, so we need few days, 2 or 3 days to register you on your platform. And you also need time to prepare for all the materials and everything to post the training online.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, you can take the training anywhere from the world, because the trainer actually will be in France, Paris, right? He will be trained from there. His name is Nazim. He will train from France. I can also train, but looking at my agenda, it's really full. So sometimes we organize ourselves to either he as my partner train, or myself I can train, depending on the availability. But for this session, I will be very busy. So that's why Nazim from France will train this time. So you can be in South Africa, anywhere, any place in the world, and you attend to this training and get the worldwide certification. Okay. So, anything else? Any comment, any contribution? Or was it too high to digest or too fast? Because there's two ways. Either you say, okay, I did not get it. Really is something that I need time to digest, or it was really well understood and nothing to say. So what is your position here? Was it clear? Ah, it was clear. Tatiana said it was clear. That's fine. Thank you. Romea said PMO is really good. I will learn to know about and contact you further. Okay, thanks, Romea. Anyone else? So anyway, we'll be we will have in touch with you after. In case you are interested, as I said, we have an exceptional offer for you. Don't hesitate we just want you to be interested, and then we'll take the rest on our side. Because we still have a way to play, either by play on our margin, because we are more passionate about it than getting money from outside of it. So can play in our margin and give you a benefit of. I'm seeing Miss Eteme Bolo. Yes.
Allô,
Allô.
et bonsoir. Bonsoir Bertin,
Bonsoir. Comment tu vas?
je vais bien. Voilà, et bonsoir Christelle aussi. Bon, juste vous encourager, hein, vraiment, c'est bien de faire vivre ainsi la communauté pour que, voilà, les gens sachent qu'il y a plusieurs métiers dans le management de projet. Donc, juste vous encourager. Euh, Quand même, il y a une question qu'on me pose tout le temps pour faire le CB-PMO, en tout cas pour faire les examens du PMO GI, où est-ce qu'il faut aller composer? Est-ce que c'est un examen surveillé à distance? Est-ce que on doit aller composer dans un centre prométrique, Pearson View et tout? Pardon, insister un peu là-dessus parce que les gens n'ont pas beaucoup d'informations et ça dérange un peu, quoi. Donc, sinon, vraiment, merci pour ce que vous faites et mes encouragements. Bravo à Christelle. Il faut continuer, s'il te plaît. Merci.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Alors, ce que vous ne savez pas, c'est qu'elle elle était présidente du PMO Chapter Cameroun. Hein. Ok. Elle a juste passé la main à Yves et Yone. Donc, merci d'être connecté et de nous avoir encouragés dans ce sens-là. Merci. Oui, effectivement, on va insister sur ces aspects-là parce que certains pensent que c'est compliqué, non? Moi, j'ai passé mon examen à partir de mon bureau. Un soir, j'ai choisi un soir, tu programmes, tu dis, je vais faire mon examen avant minuit tel jour. Et eux, ils programment et ce jour, tu te connectes par un lien, tu fais ton examen et voilà quoi. C'est très simple. Vraiment, il n'y a pas trop de... C'est vrai qu'ils donnent des conditions, il faut être dans une condition calme, moins de bruit, ainsi de suite et autres. Mais après, tellement, là, l'examen va tellement vite que tu n'as juste que le temps de t'être concentré et de faire ton examen. Et tu as le résultat immédiatement après. Donc, c'est très simple, vraiment. Et tu n'as pas besoin d'aller payer dans un centre pour faire passer l'examen. Donc, ces frais-là, ils sont inclus dans tout ce que nous avons mis dans ce prix, en fait. Et l'accompagnement en plus. Le fait que nous sommes à la proximité fait qu'on donne mieux l'accompagnement qu'ils n'ont pas prévu dans sa globalité. Donc, nous, on va un peu plus que ça. OK. Merci. Je pense que si on n'a pas d'autres commentaires, je ne peux que déjà, premièrement, remercier Christelle, d'avoir accepté ceci. On aura une autre série de webinaires et on va solliciter d'autres experts pour intervenir dans des sujets bien spécifiques. Merci pour vous qui avez accepté de vous connecter. Thanks so much from our participants from South Africa. Dino, I'm really thank you for that. We are connected. You can also spread the information around you. PMO Global Institute is something, the way to go for any PMO transformation and even digital transformation. And the community is here to support my company. Anyone who wants to undertake such journey. Okay. So we have the recording that we'll be sharing with you. So at any point you can just, I know there's a lot that have been gone through. We will share with you the recording. There are some follow-up email as well. We also have a YouTube channel where you will see it there as well. Please go to the link that I put. You can just register to our PMD communities and go to the PMO Global Institute link for more details about the institute. You can also go to the link, the website of GG Plus Consulting, where you will see the certification program and more information about it. Okay, that said, thanks for being here and thanks for encouraging us. Please be with us, be part of the journey. And I don't know if Christelle, you have a last word before we leave the floor. Hello, Christelle. Oh, Christelle, I've left already. Okay. Okay. I will say thank you so much and bye-bye.
Bye.
Christelle, you are back. We're already closing out. So anything before we leave?
No, it's okay. I had an issue with the connectivity there, so I tried to reconnect. So thank you for the invitation.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.